war between Israel and Hamas has left the world divided into West and anti-West grouping. Russia, which is already involved in a 20-month-long war with Ukraine, seems to be taking sides. On Thursday, a Hamas delegation held a meeting with the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mikhail Bogdanov, in Moscow. Hamas hailed the stand of Russian President Vladimir Putin and acknowledged the active role of Russian diplomacy. The Hamas delegation also reiterated the rights of the Palestinian people to freedom, self-determination, and the right of return. The meeting comes a day after Russian President Vladimir Putin warned the world against any escalation of the conflict. Speaking at a meeting with Russian leaders of different faiths in Kremlin on Wednesday, Putin condemned the killing of women, children, and old-age people in Gaza. He further stressed that the bloodshed and violence in the region had to be immediately stopped. Claiming that any further escalation of the crisis would be extremely dangerous, he warned the world that it could spill over beyond the borders of the Middle East. The remark came days after US President Joe Biden drew parallels between Hamas and Putin, accusing them of attempting to annihilate the respective neighboring democracies.
Hamas and Putin represent different threats, but they share this in common. They both want to completely annihilate a neighboring democracy, completely annihilate it. Hamas uses Palestinian civilians as human shields, and innocent Palestinian families are suffering greatly because of them. Meanwhile, Putin denies Ukraine has or ever had real statehood. He claims the Soviet Union created Ukraine.
Earlier, Russia, along with China, also vetoed a US resolution that condemned Hamas' October 7th attack and supported Israel's right to defend itself. Evidently, the world remains deeply divided, even as it witnesses one of the worst humanitarian crises in decades. Bureau Report, India Today.